Hello collective, this is Satya back with another video, back with another message. How are you guys doing? I hope you've been well. I hope that you had a great new moon solar eclipse. I hope that you have been resting, recharging, and really honoring yourself and nurturing your needs. Because again, that is what new moons are all about. And that is what we all need to take time in and honor. If not regularly, then every once in a while for sure. So I thought we would get a message in, do a little reading. I'll do a reading with our broken mirrors, twin flames exposed. I pre-shuffled the cards and cleaned the decks. And so we're just gonna jump right into the message. What cards can we get for the collective that would give us some wisdom, some advice, some guidance regarding our twin flames, regarding our relationships, regarding ourselves? We've got high value. Everyone in our collective is high value, okay? This high value card represents the Empress. Beautiful, sexy, abundant, confident person. And again, just because that picture is of a lady in her chonies and it says the Empress does not mean that this does not apply to a male. Half truth, half lie. Or what does it say? Half of a truth plus half of a truth equals a lie. So maybe someone is telling you half truths, a little bit of truth over here, a little bit of truth over there. Opposites attract. Lessons from people who are different than you, not your usual type, differences in spiritual beliefs. So maybe we've got a little bit of an energy where there's an individual of high value or perceived high value that is not really keeping it real, telling partial truths. Maybe someone who is not your usual type, telling half-truths to be seen as high value. I don't know, we'll see. So a couple popped out here. We have justice, karmic law, divine timing, what you set in motion always comes back to you. The hanged man, gaining control by letting go, taking a sacred pause, seeing things from a different perspective. The Nine of Wands, you need to have courage, really being tested, going through trial after trial after trial and needing to really fight and take that last stand. And the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is an energy of collaboration, cooperation, working in groups, skill development, combining efforts to complete a task, apprenticeship, studying, learning, hard work. So this could be, let's see here. This might be an energy of, again, someone who you might not be typically attracted to, but is high value, or you view them or they view you as a high value. But there's some issues here with what is true, what is not true, what is the full truth. And divine truth karmic law, things you do and say coming back to you, right? Justice, what I would think is this card, half truth, and lie. If we combined it with this, that would be like the things that you say or things that you don't say will be exposed. It will come right back because relax. The things you say, the things you do, whether it's the truth or a lie, will always be exposed. What's done in the dark will come to the light, right? And if we kind of put it here, the Nine of Wands really having to have courage to say the truth, to say what's really on your heart, having the courage to speak your truth, not half the truth, but the full truth, speaking fairness into existence. And the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles, you know, again, that is gaining control by letting go and letting God. Maybe someone in the collective or someone related to, connected to someone in the collective is fighting against pairing up or combining, collaborating with someone that they think is different than them. Maybe there's an individual that thinks they're high value and has an opportunity to pair up with someone that is not their usual type, someone that they could learn a lesson from, but maybe they're refusing. Maybe they're having a hard time. And maybe this Hanged Man, Three of Pentacles energy is saying, hey, look at this relationship a different way. You might learn something from this person. No, they're not your usual type. Yes, they might have different beliefs than you, but that's how we learn lessons. That's how we grow as a person. Let's get a little bit more perspective here by pulling on some tarot cards. What clarification can we get about this high value, opposites attract, half truth equals one whole lie? Well, that was quite a bit of cards, so I'm going to reshuffle those. Can't take a whole bunch because then we'll be out here for another hour. Yikes, here we go again. Okay, well, let's just see what we've got here. Actually, it wasn't that many. So we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse, actually. Nine of Wands here. This is having courage, being close to success. The Nine of Wands in reverse here is a struggle, being overwhelmed, on edge. Knowing that you need to put in the fight and have that last stand, but not being motivated to do so. The Seven of Wands here is a challenge, competition, kind of having to hold your ground and persevere. The Six of Cups is an energy of reminiscing childhood memories, innocence and joy, nostalgia, thinking back on good times, and really feeling innocent joy in your heart. While the Four of Swords represents rest, needing to contemplate, needing to, retreat, needing to recuperate, needing solitude to regain composure, to regain balance. It's an energy, not so much of needing to rest, and take it easy, but needing to heal, that recuperation, renewal. It's deep level healing. That's the energy of the Four of Swords. So maybe this is an energy of a relationship that maybe has come to pass, that has passed, maybe a breakup, right? Maybe there is a high value person, someone beautiful, sexy, confident, abundant, nurturing, all of the things that you would typically associate with someone of high value. That was really not your typical type. You guys had different beliefs or different backgrounds, different personalities, right? This card shows a positive, negative, right? And so that, in red, black, and that's very stark differences. And with the half-truth, lie, maybe this energy is in the relationship, this opposite energy caused some conflict. And the conflict, because whoever it is in your life wanted to stay with you because you were high value, or because you wanted to stay with that person because they were high value, someone resorted to telling partial truths on what was coming in between you two, right? Maybe the opposites between you two were very big, very large, caused a lot of conflict, caused a lot of problems, caused a lot of division. And in order to lessen that conflict, in order to shrink that gap that was due to these opposites, maybe someone started telling lies. And if that's the case, then right here it would make sense, right? Where the things you say, the things you do, especially if they're dishonest, always comes back to haunt you. Always comes back to haunt you. What doesn't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. What is done in the dark will come to the light. Shit floats, right? That's the saying, shit floats. It will always surface. And maybe because of this lack of truth, this very big difference in opinions, spiritual beliefs, backgrounds, ideals, maybe there was an energy of needing to let go, having to fight through, right? Having to fight through the ups and downs of the relationship, the downs caused by this opposite, and maybe finally needing to understand that we either have to let go of these differences and find the ways that we can overcome them, or we have to let go of the relationship itself. And the Three of Pentacles here is an energy of collaboration, working together, teamwork, combined efforts. It can also be interpreted as, again, studying, learning, hard work, apprenticeship, learning new skills. And on top of that, also an energy of when you put in the work and show your work is high quality, others will give their support to you. But combined with these other cards, I really think this is an energy of having to work through what these differences mean, having to work through the difficulties that these opposites, though attracting you and your partner together, created a little bit of friction. And that friction having to be worked through, you guys had to come together, you guys had to partner up, you had to combine efforts to try to work through, to have courage to fight through the difficulties these opposites created. But with lies, truths, half-truths being told, something came back to haunt somebody. A lie was exposed, a half-truth was exposed, as opposed to expressing the truth, as opposed to communicating the truth, as opposed to being fair to yourself, to the other person in this relationship. Somebody was not telling the truth, and the relationship had to come to an end. Someone had to let go to regain control. And what that means then down here is that, right, there was some struggles, there were some hardships, there was an energy of really having to fight, really having to try to protect this relationship, to protect yourself against these lies, really having to work hard to not get your feelings hurt, right? To show whoever this person is that was your opposite that you don't have to put up with lies, you don't have to put up with half-truths, because you yourself, or they themselves, are high value. This is giving an energy of having to fight, having to struggle, being overwhelmed, having to take the defense or to defend, not wanting to fight anymore. And once having that feeling and coming to that conclusion, really then saying, this is fair to me and to you. This is not working. In order to be fair, in order for us to be fair to ourselves, me to be fair to you, you to be fair to me, we do have to let this go. And after that breakup, needing to rest, needing to meditate, needing to heal, because the relationship itself might have been very tumultuous, might have been rife with conflict, arguments, deception. And even though a relationship ends and it's no longer part of your present, you can look back on the past and have a sense of nostalgia, right? You can reminisce on even difficult relationships, difficult times, and feel a sense of love, care, emotion. And as I say that, two cup cards came out. And right, not all endings are terrible. Definitely bittersweet. But sometimes, right, the medicine doesn't taste good, but it's what we need. This is an energy of emotional balance, new ideas, removing emotional blocks, right? The Page of Cups in reverse is emotional insecurity, a level of immaturity, having a new idea, having a level of creativity present, but it being blocked, something being in its way. And the King of Cups is an energy of being emotionally balanced, being someone who's in touch with their emotions, in touch with their ideals, in touch with their heart center, and being compassionate and empathetic, but also being in control of what they want for their lives. Being tolerant of things that might challenge them, but being able to not give in to those challenges, not always giving in to what someone else wants. And sometimes also not giving into what they deeply desire. Because even though they're, a loving, nurturing, emotionally balanced, supportive type of person, the King of Cups is still a king, right? And so I think that actually speaks very well to what we've laid out already. Though in a relationship with a high value person, it just was not working out. There was a level of deception, a level of conflict that caused a lot of tumultuous, a lot of conflict between the two. Having to prove yourself, having to work too hard on the downturn to get back on the upturn. Sometimes the downs are not worth the ups. And with the deception and the conflict, there was a level of injury within the relationship that made it clear that we had to let go. And after persevering through and fighting to see if things would work, there was a decision to let go, to recuperate, and now looking back on the past with a level of familiarity, with a level of nostalgia, with a level of innocent reminiscing. But coming out of this relationship, especially after having rested and done the contemplation, the recuperation, and the healing, coming out of this relationship really with a sense of emotional, though disappointed, right? Though disappointed, coming out of this with a level of emotional security, knowing that there were good times, there were bad times. I learned a lesson. I'm taking this forward. I was disappointed. I had some emotional blocks in my life. I wasn't ready to get back out there and date. I was really hurt, right? I was really, really hurt. So that's why I had to take that rest. But now that I've recuperated, I am now emotionally balanced. I am now emotionally whole again. My heart has been healed. And I can look back on that relationship with a level of acceptance, with a level of being able to release that, right? Look at the good without focusing on the bad. And what I pulled out here was the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is being burdened, feeling like you have to do it all, being stressed, being burned out. It's also an energy of doing the hard work, right? Doing the hard work, knowing that the road ahead is not easy. The responsibility is on your back. You're feeling tired, but this is a task that needs to be finished. And you're ready to, right, close this cycle off and release that. And I think that lines up well with this energy here, right? Having a sense of creative block or emotional block, feeling emotionally insecure and disappointed, but coming out the other end feeling balanced and knowing that you had to do it all. You had to do that work. You had to go through it to get to the other side. And now, with this being a 10, right, the 10 of Wands, you've reached the end. You've reached the end of that emotional, kind of burdensome, sad feeling. And I think that lines up well with the Six of Cups, being able to look back on the relationship and know that there was a level of healing. There was a level of healing. And so, there's no more sourness, right? There's no more toxicity. There's no more sadness. I have the Four of Cups here, which is an energy of contemplation, meditation, reevaluating, thinking, seeking stability. This gentleman is sitting there looking at those 3 cups. There's a cup being offered to him and he's not really looking at it. He's kind of zoned out on those cups, right? And so I think this is speaking to, right, well, also combined here with the Lovers, which is a card of choice. Not necessarily new relationships, though it can signify that. But the the Lovers is a energy of balance, of choice, of responsibility, of alignment, choosing compassion, the strength it takes to make the right choice, because what you're seeking is harmony. Not seeking the best thing, not seeking what's going to be fun, what's going to be exciting, but making a choice based in harmony, balance, responsibility, compatibility, actual partnership, love, right? Choosing the larger picture because it's the right choice, right? And so I think, again, that lines up. Actually, I'm going to put this right here like this. Leaving from an emotional block to a level of emotional balance because you've done the work, right? You've thought through it. 4 and 4, right? There it is right there. Rest, relaxation. Right before you get 4 is right before 5, and 5 is that middle ground, right? You're resting, you're recuperating, you are meditating, you're contemplating. The 4 of Swords is about rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation. The 4 of Cups is about meditation, contemplation, reevaluation. This is mental. This is thinking. This is in your head contemplating. The 4 is emotional recuperation, emotional meditation, healing your heart center, while this is healing your head center, your mind center. And then again with the 6 of Cups, I'm sorry, why do I keep saying 6? And then with the Lovers, that is very much an energy of being able to move forward, choosing compassion, choosing love, choosing alignment, whether it's between having a relationship with another person or honoring that time to redevelop the relationship between yourself. And 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles right here. Teamwork, collaboration, learning, building something. I think this card on this draw down here is talking about rebuilding that relationship with yourself. After a big breakup, especially with someone that you consider high value or with someone that may have lied, there comes a level of needing to heal from someone that may have broken your heart, or a situation in which maybe you found yourself you put yourself in a situation that hurt you, right? And the Temperance, we also pulled the Temperance angel, and the Temperance angel again is balance, harmony, moderation, patience, and a sense of give and take, balancing emotions, not being too hot-headed, not being too emotional and sensitive, right? Really releasing the past, accepting that there is a change, and moving forward with a sense of purpose. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, which is a new inspirational happening, a new beginning, a potential new opportunity for growth, for insight, for passion, for a challenge, for excitement. And I think that speaks really well to this type of this reading, right? Especially if there was a big hurt, especially if this breakup caused a big heartbreak. There is now a need to move forward in a sense of harmony and peace with yourself as you heal, right? As you heal and meditate on finding emotional balance with yourself. Learning to love again here. Learning to love again. So I shuffled here and I got mixtape. This is, you have a lot of choices, right? A mixtape. There's a number for you young folk out there, okay? Back in the day, mixtapes, you would record a bunch of different songs and it was a mix of songs, music, artists, whatever. And so this mixtape is having a lot of choices, right? Things kind of being a mixed bag right now. Having a number of opportunities that might be coming your way or currently on the table before you. And knowing that love comes and love goes. But you will always have love, right? LL Cool J said, I need love. And what? LL Cool J is actually my husband, okay? Yes, he is. Don't try to front, okay? I am Miss LL Cool J. Satya, Drashta, Esoterica, Miss LL Cool J. What other last piece of advice and wisdom can we get for the collective here? Coming up roses. Not everything is rosy. Not, right? Life is bittersweet. But when you tend your own garden, then you can be optimistic. Tend your own garden, happiness will come. Take care of yourself, even though life is bittersweet, even though there are thorns, roses are still beautiful. Life is still worthwhile. And being optimistic about life, right? Having a level of optimism, knowing that things aren't always going to go our way. There are going to be times where things don't work out for us and we're hurt, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. Popping up. What was this troll looking Barbie talking about, right? An unexpected event, right? Maybe someone bouncing back after a trauma, right there. Bouncing back after trauma, right? And if we're talking about coming up roses, right? Our garden being destroyed, this relationship kind of destroying our emotional garden, but tending back to our own garden and having roses pop back up because life is beautiful. Just one look, you'll know it when you see it. You see more than you think, right? You see more than you think. Yes, it might look bleak right now. Yes, there may be a little bit of heartache when you look back on it, but you've done the work. And when it's time to move on, when it's time to date again, when the next person comes along, you'll know them when you see them, head to head. Overcoming conflict, standing your ground, going forward, right? Going forward, knowing that in full bloom, knowing that you have your pick now, that life is bursting out all over, that you are a beautiful flower ostrich and you have more opportunities than you know of, right? And that if you stick with it, you keep moving forward in an energy of temperance and love for yourself. You keep connected to your heart, but disconnected from that pain, right? Feel the pain, feel those emotions, but let them float by like that cloud, right? If life is offering you something and you don't want it, Let it float by. Feel those emotions and then release them. Show your true colors and a sweet opportunity will come. I think this is a wonderful message, especially for those who might really be experiencing a breakup or some difficulty in a relationship. I mean, it's springtime, summertime's coming up, and we all know, you know what I mean? Summertime, that's the time where people get wild, things get crazy, people start to change things up. And though it hurts, someone who will lie to you, deceive you, right? That's not the person for you. Your twin flame, the person that loves you, the person that you love, will not lie to hurt, will not deceive you to keep things from you. Hurt me with the truth, not with a lie. Well, I hope this has given you a little bit of information, guidance, advice. I hope this has shined a light on a situation that is going to help you gain some clarity so that you can move forward and make the best choice for you, and that you can keep stepping forward to your north node, to your destiny, to the place where it is that you are supposed to be. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm going to do another reading, and it is coming up on the end of April, so my 25% off coupon code is set to expire either on the last day of April or on May 1st. So make sure you go to my Etsy shop and check it out. There are a lot of great spreads there. And also follow me on Instagram, guys. If you like this, make sure to come back for another, because you know I keep them churning out. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Come back for the next one. Bye.